All right, so I loved this Etude, Brent, if you're watching, thanks. It was really challenging, but I loved it. So I'm going to just talk for a second about what I got out of this. If you don't want to hear me ramble, you can just stop the video. I won't be offended, but it helps me to verbalize and conceptualize these things. I think they stick with me better. So I'm just going to talk through what I liked about it. So first, I loved how bluesy this lick was. Why did I take my guitar off? I loved how bluesy this thing is. It just has a great flavor, and especially love the lick right here, going into the F minor there, that thing right there. I don't know, Wes Montgomery does that a lot, and it just sounds great every time. And it's really cool to me that we're playing bluesy stuff, but it's not on the traditional blues form, because that form gets kind of old and it's so common, but it just sounds so bluesy. And there's motivic development with the, then it repeats down on the next chord. Anyway, it's following the chord changes. It's just great. Okay, second thing I like about this, I love the little interval jumps right here. The D flat 7, the C7, going into the F minor 9. So I love how he does, first he uses the natural 13 extension, then the flat 13. It just sounds so good. So with the, so the chord there is natural 13, but then a sharp 11. But then on the next chord, goes to the flat 13 of the C7, then to the E. So basically, I think the notes that are being emphasized there, the repetition there is, just to hear it again. Man, it sounds so good. You can hear that it's moving towards a minor chord. Man, just great. And the interval jumps are similar. Anyway, it just sounds great. All right. Third thing I love about this lick is the chromaticism. So two places it stands out to me. They're actually both on E flat 7s, now that I think about it. Towards the end, so why I like that example of the chromaticism, it's not just kind of random chromaticism. It's still connecting the chord changes and emphasizing the chord tones, but it's chromatic. Especially emphasizing, I think, the 6, or the 13, which he does a lot in here, and the 7, and the 3rd. And then that other one towards the end where it's really chromatic. That's a lot of chromaticism, but it's still obviously connecting the chord changes. There's the 13 again. Then let's move to the D flat 7. Same thing again. 13, sharp 11, same thing. Then with the C7. Again, 7, the 13, the flat 13, the 3rd, the flat 3rd. So you get all those different sounds together. Man, that's just genius how he seamlessly wove all that stuff together. The extensions with the chromatic stuff. Anyway, all right, so genius. I don't know how I'm going to imitate that in my own playing, but at least I could play it in this Etude. Sounds great. All right, fourth thing, the pedal tone on the F minor 9 there. It's just a kind of a simple idea, but it sounds really great with the I think to me it's obvious the structuring component, the glue that holds it together is this, the 9, the G there. Sounds great. And notice he uses the natural 7 sound and the Latin 7. Just genius. The little stuff. Okay. The fifth thing I like, I like this last lick with the extensions. I don't know about you, but I've never learned a lick that used both the minor 7 and that harmonic or melodic minor 6 sound together in the same lick. So you've got the flat 7, 9. Sorry, missing my the 11. So yeah, you've got the 7, the 9, the 11, the 6. Whoops. Which these are just a half step apart. And then the 9 again. So you use like all the extensions, but it sounds natural, it doesn't sound forced. Okay, but the thing that I love most about this lick, this Etude that just blew my mind, and something I never would have come up with on my own, was the lick there, right here, the F minor 9, the end of the first chorus. This one, the. Okay, so let me tell you why this one really stood out to me. So as I was listening to it, it sounded just out there and crazy, but it also worked. And so I was really thinking hard about what makes that lick work. You know, it moves chromatically, moves in fourths. It's what holds it together. And it got me thinking, so I'm a big literature lover, especially ancient literature, especially love the Bible. And it reminded me of this literary structure that especially common in ancient literature called chiasm, or chiasm, sometimes people call it. Basically, the idea there is a mirror image of words and ideas. So some examples would be, whoever exalts himself will be humbled, but whoever humbles himself will be exalted. It's perfect symmetry of words. Or JFK's famous, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. You see, there's a mirror of images. So anyway, it hit me as I was listening to this. This is a really similar concept. It's basically a musical chiasm. Now, especially Brent, if you're listening, you can tell me what the musical term is. I'm sure there's some kind of musical term for that, when there's like a mirror image of ideas. But I think that's what this is. So especially note, so the whole thing pretty much moves in fourths. Think about the first 3 notes and the last 3 notes are exactly the same. C, F, B flat. Then it goes up to the high point of E flat. It's kind of like the turning point. And then you still have another mirror structure here. It goes down in fourths, then chromatically move, goes up in fourths, and chromatically move down again. It ends at home base. It's like running the bases in baseball or something. It just blew my mind. I've heard people play around in fourths, but I never heard a lick that perfectly brought it all back together and is symmetrical like that. So, man, this whole Etude just blew my mind, especially that lick, and I hope I can incorporate something like that in my playing. Anyway, thanks for listening to my ramblings. Bye.